Welcome to the Nintendo Show, episode 19. I am your co-host, Devin Moon, and with me, as always, my sparring partner, Trevor Payne.
Oh my gosh, I am still so sore, Devin. What the heck? That was jacked up last week, man. You didn't have to beat me like that, dude. I want a rematch, though.
You want a rematch? Okay. A flagpole will be found, and we will go out and do it.
And the whole part about when he started, describing it, and then he said that our swords were swinging in the wind, or I don't know what the freak you said.
Listen, it wasn't my best moment. I'm sitting here alone. I have nothing to say.
What is he fantasizing right now? I'm like, all right,
whatever. A lot of my life, there's more innuendo that I'm one of those guys that says things out loud without thinking. It happens a lot where I get a lot of weird innuendo. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, I did not. That is not what I meant. And you know what? I got a good chuckle. You know what? I'm sure other people out there at least got a little laugh. That was good. Devin and I are back on good terms. We're back in good favor.
Oh, man. Okay. So this week, we're going to be covering some rumors. We're going to be looking at some Switch sales figures because it's the quarterly time. We're going to decide, Trev, once and for all, the greatest Nintendo console of all time. We're going to dig deep. We're going to score this bad boy. And as well, as always, we're going to sprinkle in a healthy dose of your questions, comments, concerns throughout the show. So, Trav, let's get into it, man. Let's get into Mr. Miyamoto's magical news. So despite all the rumors, it seems that Nintendo will not be releasing a Switch Pro in 2020. Instead, the company has decided to focus its efforts on the existing hardware, which means we can finally stop talking about the Switch Pro for at least 1 year, Trevor. For 1 year, we from now on will not talk about the Switch Pro. I know I'm saying this, and now I know it's a lie.
Not true.
Yep, I know it's a lie, but I would like it to be true. But I know it's a lie.
Wish.
But I feel like we're talking about it quite a bit every week almost. And yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, when I heard this news, it broke my heart a little bit. It hurt. I was excited. Because, Devin, I know I don't need a reason to go buy another Switch. I shouldn't. Honestly, this is probably a good thing. But you know what? I was excited for the possibilities. And also, I just would love to see what choices they think are important for maybe an upgraded Switch model. And so I wanted to see what they were going to bring, but you know what? Maybe next year. This is my theory, Devin. I think because we're going to have a new PlayStation, we have a new Xbox, there's going to be so much, I guess, just fight for market dominance and news and everything between those two, diluting it even more with adding another console into the mix. I think Nintendo might be making the best choice of being you know what, let them battle it out. And then the next year we launch our thing and we have that whole year to ourselves as far as new console, cool news type stuff. So maybe that's the strategy they're going with. I don't know. What do you think, dude?
I think you're right, man. I think that's probably what it is because I'm I don't know. Yeah, it seems right to not do it right now. You have two consoles that are going to be super popular, or just because no one knows what they are and they're brand new, next generation. We don't really know what they're going to be putting out. What we've seen so far from the Xbox Series X, it looks really good. It looks really amazing, but does. I do not so it's hard to compete on that level. We know that the next Pro, whatever it is not going to compete on a graphical level in that way. So I think you're right. Going out there right now and being yo, check this out. It's a PlayStation 4 graphics. Woo!
And I think you're right. I think people are going to try to compare against it, and then they're going to look like just a bunch of dummies.
Yeah, just going to look like clowns, man. It's not going to work. What I think is going to happen is most likely it's coming with the Breath of the Wild 2, most likely in March-ish time, or maybe summer. But I think we'll see it when the calming of the storm for the consoles, I think.
Honestly, I think that's a good call. I think that would be smart for them business-wise. Yes, I'm a little sad because I was kind of excited, getting myself hyped up. I don't know why I do this to myself, but this is what I want. I want them to, since they're not releasing another hardware, revision or whatever, I want them to do an OS overhaul. So change up the operating system, add a bunch of features, add themes, add folders, add some other form of communication, I just want them to take this time to like, let's do some cool stuff with the actual OS on this thing. So I think that'd be fun.
Why not make like the Switch feel new by making the OS new, you know? It really does help. Like I remember going through the 360 generation and stuff and feeling like, oh yeah, this feels nice. Like this feels good. And I feel like if they did that, that'd be interesting. It would be cool to see. Will it happen? I hope. What else you doing, Nintendo? Come on, making games or something? Sheesh. Melon 445. Some might say that's 445, Trev, but I don't say it that way. No, 44.5. Should we believe what Nintendo says about the Switch Pro not coming this year? Or are they just a whole bunch of liars? Some liar pants, Trev. Are they lying to us?
Are their pants on fire?
Are their pants on fire right now? Is Miyamoto's pants on fire? That's.
I love how Miyamoto's the one that has this on his shoulders. This is not his thing.
Trev, he is the front and center.
Sorry, you're right.
He is Mr. Right. Nintendo.
He knew what he was getting into.
Yeah, president of Nintendo, Mr. Miyamoto himself.
Yeah, exactly. Mr. Miyamoto. No, I don't think that they're lying. Melon 44.5. I think they want to set realistic expectations. I think that they want to really get in front of it before, because there's been rumor after rumor after rumor. I think now they're getting to the point where like, oh boy, people are going to be expecting this. Let's pump the brakes out in a little bit so that way people don't get too hyped and get disappointed when, again, we don't have any information about this. So
yeah. And they were talking to their investors, and you do not lie to your investors. You lie to everyone else, but you can't lie to the people that give you money, usually. So,
well, you can. Don't.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that because they're investing.
Or maybe do. Or maybe lean into it even harder.
Here we go.
You lie harder, and you're just like, oh, dude, we're gonna be busting out the Switch Pro XL, and then you just pull the fakey 360 backflip gainer, and you're like, JK, we're not releasing it. That's how you make money right there.
Oh, that's true. And that move was in Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, and I loved that move. Used it all the time. I gotta say, I'm a big fan. You just go outrageous on this thing. You know, you just go, the most craziest crap you can come up with, you put it out there and you say, yeah, it's coming. And then you get the money just comes in. Lies make money, people. Lies make money. So yeah, it's not happening. Sorry. Last year, Nintendo was so coy that they said, no, we're not going to release a Switch before E3, wink. And then they released the Switch Lite right after that.
Yeah, so like they're being cheeky.
Yeah, this one is like, no, we are not releasing anything in 2020. So that one is a definite. The other one was more like, yeah, here's a little winker. Let's get on to number 2. Rumor has it that Nintendo's big holiday title this year will be related to tires in some way. Sabi, the credible leaker, has returned with some tasty morsels, starting with the fact that Breath of the Wild 2 is running behind schedule and will most likely not release this year, but that it would leave room for a tire-based game instead. Yes, everybody, tires. I'm saying tires. Get excited. The obvious connection here would be
a Michelin Man kart racer.
Thank you, Trev. That is the obvious connection. Michelin is coming to the Switch, and this time brought that big puffy boy, and he's gonna fight the Ghostbusters. It's gonna be sick.
Oh man,
he actually doesn't fight the Ghostbusters. That's the Marshmallow Man. I know. Okay, I know. Mario Kart 9, Trev. Actually, Mario Kart 9 would actually be the possible game with tires, but it also could be Star Fox Racer, which was rumored in the years past, if that even exists. And why would Star Fox have wheels is the other question.
Okay, I was about to ask. I was going to say, why would it be that? Because there aren't... What wheels are you racing in your R-Wing or whatever it is?
Yeah, unless it's some cutesy crap. But if I'm playing Star Fox, I don't want wheels unless I'm that tank. Sick tank.
I guess the tank. But those are treads. Those aren't wheels. Nah, Mario Kart 9, dude. Just like you were saying, it's time. Bring on another Mario Kart. Let's get crazy with it.
But it's possible that he's wrong. It is a rumor after all. So I'm not saying it's happening, but if it does happen, this is like the third thing that I've gotten right. One thing that I got wrong, the direct. I'm sorry. I lifted up spirits. I felt like I lifted up some spirits for January. I shouldn't have done that, Trev. I've broken some hearts today. I've broken a lot of hearts.
But didn't you say though, like possibly at the very start of February as well?
I guess I did. I gave myself a lot of runway. I think I might have.
Yeah, you gave yourself like a whole freaking month, dude.
In the next year, there might be a direct.
In the next calendar year,
you will see a direct. Number 3, PlayStation has been doing some fishing recently. What kind of fishing, you ask? Well, according to a recent Reddit post, it seems Sony is casting its line out into Nintendo's pristine waters by asking the question in a survey if people would be interested in Sony's remote play feature being available to the Nintendo Switch. So, Landon Ross asked, is this the only way you guys see PlayStation playing with Nintendo? By forcing us to have both systems and doing some remote play. Trev, do you see this being a possibility? Remote play on the Switch.
That's slimy. They're like, hey, we're not going to... now, honestly, it's probably a smart move. They're like, hey, you could remote play onto that bad boy with our new PlayStation. Hey, if you had our PlayStation, you could do this really cool thing. I think that would be cool. Why not? I think we've talked about it so many times. I just wish companies would just open up and be like, yeah, we're going to throw our crap on your crap. Let's have fun with it. Let's get weird. I want these companies just playing together because having remote play on Switch would be dope. Having remote play on almost any device that I have, that would be awesome. And same with, the Game Pass or xCloud or whatever the different things. Like I would love to see more overlap, and that way you get to just play the games that you want on whatever device. Now, obviously, there's business to be had behind the scenes, but sure, that would be cool. I don't know if I fully think this is going to happen. I think that they're talking about it, but maybe this is like they're thinking, maybe we're going to say the Switch, but maybe we're really talking about a PlayStation Portable 2 or a Vita 2, or maybe we want to dip our little nasty toes into that handheld water. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I know what you mean. Talked about it last week. I almost feel like I'm having deja vu. PlayStation, you nasty boys and girls. I think this is definitely a PlayStation move. It's not, Xbox is more like, hey, we'll give you Xbox Game Pass. PlayStation's like, nah, dude, you come, you buy those games on our system and then you get to play it. You hear me? It has to be here first.
Also,
yes,
you have to have a Sony router in the house, and then you have to have an Sony Xperia Android phone. And it has to be connected to the network to verify that you are loyal to Sony. As long as all those things line up,
you must be loyal to the crown. You must. You hear me? I don't care if the Xperia doesn't exist. You must find one and grab one as soon as possible. You must. Yep. PlayStation is dirty, y'all. And listen, I'm a Nintendo fanboy, and I know how dirty they are. So, yeah, I do see this happening. It's a possibility. Definitely, I could see it in a questionnaire thing. I think Sony is like thinking maybe this is where we can play. Maybe we don't want to do a handheld. But they also say in this same thread that they asked, would you like an experience with a screen and a DualShock 4 in between it, which is basically a handheld, by the way.
Which is a handheld.
You've made a handheld. When you put a screen on the controllers, that's called a handheld device.
Well, and Devin, like last week, you were talking about like the, potentials that like, they have a history of making handhelds. They have a history of making hardware. So like phones, tablets, computers, screens, like way more than even Microsoft or even Nintendo, to be honest. Like they have some chops. Like they make some pretty sexy devices. So
they do.
I would love to see PlayStation's like modern take on after they've seen what the Switch did. I would love to see their iteration. It would probably make the Switch look like a complete toy, just like a play school, whatever, So I would love to see what they could bring because they got some design chops that I would love to see them try to tackle it again. I think that'd be cool. And I want to make it clear, we've been dissing on Sony a little bit, kind of poking and prodding, probably because they're in number one place. But you and I both love their stuff. We love their
Huge
games.
fan.
They do awesome. Yeah, they do
Big
awesome.
Big fan of Sony, yeah. Number 4, this is a two-parter. First, Trev, The Outer Worlds is going to be releasing on March 6th. No physical copy, man. No cartridges. Get that bad boy out of here. Get that nasty, tasting little piece out. Go get it. It's good.
So cool.
Will it look good on the Switch? Most likely. Yeah. And dude, yeah, pretty soon. It was quicker than I expected. I think they told us it would be soonish, but yeah, quicker than I expected. So that is awesome. Second, sources have revealed that we may expect developer Platinum Games to reveal a Kickstarter for the beloved Wii U game, The Wonderful 101. This is coming Monday, February 3rd, sources say. And they also state the game will release on all platforms, which is interesting. Here's why it's interesting, Trev. Nintendo is the publisher of Wonderful 101, but they're releasing it to all the platforms. The Xbox, the Sony's, that doesn't sound like Nintendo. Well, I know we just trashed Sony for being nasty.
Yeah.
Nintendo does not play. You play with Nintendo. Nintendo don't play with you.
Yeah, you go to Nintendo's house.
It's just interesting to me, first off, that this is a Kickstarter. Second off, that it's a Nintendo published game, which makes me think that maybe, possibly, the Platinum Games has gotten the rights from Nintendo. They have grabbed it.
Oh, maybe.
They've taken it.
They made some kind of deal with the devil.
Yeah, deal with the devil. Because I'm like, I don't see this not coming to the Switch without Nintendo being like, well, yeah, or going to other consoles without Nintendo being, yeah, cool, totally down with it. Kind of interesting. Also, the Kickstarter thing. Let's get into this. Steve Roberts asked, do you guys support Kickstarters for major companies, or do you find them dirty like he does, Trev?
No, I don't.
You don't find them dirty?
Because you know what? No, I find them very dirty. I don't support them. I don't like doing those. Because, dude, they have plenty of money. They don't need to kickstart something. That is like Kickstarters for freaking indie developers and people with these unique ideas that don't have the funding to actually back it. Like, that is dumb. Like, Nintendo can afford to pay for a game. They don't need to go to their fans and be like, hey, help us make this a reality. It's like, no, if you have confidence in it, back it up and put the money down. But if you don't, then maybe let's just move on. And it's probably not that important. Like, I don't like it at all.
Well, and that's what I'm thinking. So that's why I say I don't think Nintendo is doing this. Like, I don't think they're publishing it. I think they gave the rights to Platinum Games, which in my opinion is a big enough company also that it also feels dirty to me. Like, I know they're just a developer and they can't like they probably don't have whatever to get the games out or whatever it takes. It feels like to me, it's like, who is this for? Like, obviously there's no one that really believes in it except for Platinum Games. So I don't know. Like this, like if Nintendo actually is doing this, that's really gross. I don't like that at all. And I didn't like this when Shenmue 3 was kickstarted with PlayStation behind it. What the frick was that?
It's just like, oh my gosh. And we're launching, like, I love that E3 or whatever. And they're like, and we're launching the Kickstarter. It's like, wait, time out real quick. Like, what? Like, okay, sorry, Sony, you couldn't pony up the bills. Like, come on, man. If you can't, like, oh, it was so weird. Anyways, whatever. This makes me mad, Devin. I want to move on.
It does, dude. It pisses me off. Like and the fact that it's like, hey, pony up and then pay us $60 more for the game that you helped make.
But Outer Worlds, I want to check it out. I want to see what it looks like. If they can put Witcher on Switch, they can. I honestly, I'm like, anything can go on Switch. So, like, hey, the Switch is it can do anything. We're good. If we can do Witcher.
Number 5, Trev. Let's get into some sales, man. It's the quarterly report. So we got to get into those numbers. First, let's get into the overall console sales, where the Switch lies, what has happened in the last quarter, which a lot has happened. A lot of sales have happened. I think they sold nearly 12 mil, looks like 10 million in the last couple months. So that's pretty amazing. So right now it is the third best-selling Nintendo console. It is behind the Wii and the NES. It will probably be taking, in my opinion, is going to be taking the NES definitely this coming year, I think. The NES is at 61.91 million. The Wii is at 101.63 million. The Nintendo Switch right now is sitting at 52.48 million, which is pretty awesome. And we still have more to come. The quarter really hasn't quite ended. I think after Animal Crossing is when it ends, so the numbers still might be even better. So we'll see what happens. The SNES, it's just barely surpassed that bad boy, which was at 49.10 million. So it overtook that. Doing a great job, man. Software sales are amazing also at 310 million. For half the life of a lot of these consoles, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm impressed as far as that goes. It's looking real good, dude. Looking good.
It is looking good for him. And again, we're only like almost three years into the Switch's life. So there's still much more life in the Switch, especially down the road with like whatever new iteration of the Switch. Like I'm glad that they pivoted from the Wii U and made the Switch, because obviously it's done much better for them. And it's really sad to see the Wii U at the bottom of this like console list at 13.56 million. Like that's just like, oh, it's like no one had that thing. It's sad because I enjoyed it, but whatever, you know. Ooh, a little Switch or Wii U story. I'm doing some research. I'm doing some digging. So I'm out there. I got my Safari hat on, and then I open up Chrome, and I'm doing some Safari digging for. I want to mod my Wii U. I think that's what I'm gonna do with that thing. Yes, because it's just sitting here.
Make some use of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw, because like I'm not gonna ever use it again, because any Switch or game that's on the Wii U that I want to play is almost on the Switch. So I want to homebrew this bad boy, and I want to turn this into my emulator machine. I want to have this be my box that has all my like Super Nintendo, NES, Game Boy, all that stuff in just one little box. So I'm doing some stuff. I'll report back, let y'all know how it's going. I don't support piracy. I'm not going to pirate games like that I could buy on the Wii U, but I am going to should I admit that? I'm going to get some games on it. I'm going to put some ROMs on this bad boy.
He's going to do some ROMs. Now listen, everybody. He might be doing illegal things. Nintendo, cover your ears.
Could we deduct this? I didn't say it. I'm not going to do anything with the Wii U.
Thank you.
I am going to just put it underneath my TV.
I'm just going to put it on an altar, a beam of light on the altar, just looking at it as a centerpiece, as a piece of art. Because the Wii U, when I look at it, I think, yeah, good looking console. Good looking console. It's a rounded Wii. Trev, I'm trying to help you out here. You just nod and you say, yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to, so I'm going to nod, and that's going to work really well on podcasts. So just 1 second. Hey, quiet. You got to hear my nod.
Okay.
Did you get it?
Could you do it again?
Okay, sorry. One more time. Here we go.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Did you do it?
Yes. Like my neck hurts. I've been doing it so much. We move.
Okay, so sorry. I couldn't. It just didn't turn out as well as I thought it would for a podcast. Okay, let's get into the sales of Switch games, shall we? Number 10, Luigi's Mansion 3. Homeboy came out. Homeboy came out to play, dude. 5.37 million copies sold. Dude, this boy ain't second. This boy ain't second anymore. Watch out, Mario. Luigi's coming. The year of Luigi has passed, but it's going to be the decade of Luigi real soon. This guy, he's got something. He's got some real hot numbers here. I'm impressed.
The year of Luigi is in orbit. It orbits and it comes and it zips back around every once in a while. And so we're having a revival. We're having a Luigi renaissance.
It's part of the Chinese zodiac, I believe, is it not? Luigi is part of the Chinese zodiac.
They were like, oh, it's the year of the rat. But really, if you look really close, it's actually Luigi's face. And so you just have to get really close to it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Oh, man. So no, I'm really excited. That game, really good, by the way. Enjoying it, loving it. 5.3 million, that's really good. For 2 months, impressed. that beat out the most recent Zelda game, Link's Awakening, sadly, which I think was at 3 million. Number 9, New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe, 5.85 million. So Luigi's Mansion 3, please pass that. Please destroy, slay the beast, slay the monster, which is New Super Mario Bros. Sorry, a little passionate about that. Number 8, Super Mario Party and is at 9.12 million. So that's great. Splatoon 2, 9.81 million. Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu, and Eevee, 11.76 million. Pokemon Sword and Shield, 16.06 million. This is if you look at the numbers, this is going, in my opinion, from what I saw from all the other Pokemon games, this will most likely be the highest best-selling Pokemon game eventually. That's pretty amazing for 2 months to get that. That's outrageous. Because Star Wars recently was touting its numbers, the new Star Wars game, Fallen Order, and they were like, 10 million, bro, we did it. Well, guess what? Pokemon got 16, and it's on one console, so that's pretty good. Number 4, Breath of the Wild at 16.34. Number 3 is Super Mario Odyssey at 16.59. Now, here's something interesting. Usually Mario, way ahead of Zelda's. I have a feeling here that Breath of the Wild might beat it out. It seems like Odyssey is kind of stagnant right now, and Breath of the Wild is going up still. So it is possible that we might see Zelda beating out a Mario-only game. So we'll see what happens there. Number 2, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate at 17.68. And lastly, say with me, everyone, we all have failed each other. We've all done something wrong. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is at 22.96 million. That's a spicy meatball. And it won't stop. Don't stop even when Mario Kart 9 comes out, dude. No one's going to buy that crap. They're going to be like, yeah, it's good. Some might say it's a better game, but I love Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I've heard great things, so I'm going to just buy that one instead. Come on, people.
Yeah, but it's like almost one out of every 2, not quite, but almost one out of every 2 Switches owned, someone owns Mario Kart, and that is, I mean, good on them. Good on them for taking an old game and selling
making money. Nintendo, you know how to make money. I'm proud of you. So yeah, it looks real good. The Switch is looking real hot. All the sales numbers are looking good. Everyone's happy. Third parties looking good. Everyone's happy over here in the Nintendo land. It's good to be on top again. Thank you, Switch. I almost feel like, is it possible that, because we're halfway through, do you think we will hit PS4 numbers, which is like at 104 million?
No.
Or do you think it will beat the Wii, which is at 101 million?
I honestly, I don't know. I think it's going to start fizzling out. I think we've had some of the big pushes with like the Lite, which is a cheaper console, and with the initial couple years with the original Switch. I think it's going to start. I feel like it's going to start slowing down. I don't think they're going to quite hit the Wii numbers. They absolutely will not hit the PS4 numbers. I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think so either. I have a feeling it's going to peter out when the new console generation comes out, but it'll still go because there will be good games still. I just feel like it's going to be like it might stay
slow
like
down though.
Yeah, it might end up being like a 90 million, 80 million console, which is awesome. So there we go. All right, man. Oh, and a question. Our last question. Jill Jones asked Trev, Animal Crossing Switch, the console, a must buy? Yes or no? Have you seen it? Have you seen the new looking Animal Crossing Switch?
I have. Yes, and I think it is just charming and adorable. It is not my style, but I think for a girl, like it's amazing. I don't know. People love it. It's really like pastel, like almost Easter colors in a way. And I really think I love the design of the dock. The dock looks so cool. It has really cool art on it. So I think they did some cool stuff with it. I wish they would have. I know that we've been seeing just black Switch like consoles. I would love for that thing to been like white or another pastel color, like on the actual body of the Switch, as opposed to black with a little like silhouette looking design on the back. So I wish I would have seen more on that, not just the Joy-Con side, but I thought it was a cool design.
Yeah, it seems like that's what they're sticking with, huh? Like with the decal stuff on the backs. It's like Pokemon was the same way, wasn't it? Just all black and then
subtle,
it has like a decal.
It's either subtle or white, or it's like there's not much to it. But I want to see a white Switch, like with where all that plastic and metal or whatever is a different color. I think that would look so rad. But they're just committed to the black. So
yeah, no, I think it looks good. Yeah, like you said, Trev, it's not my style. It's not my thing, but it's very Animal Crossing. It's very innocent.
Oh, I guess, yeah, that's a good way. Probably not girly. Sorry, that was a little insensitive of me. Jeez. Report me, dude.
Oh, no, I'm reporting you to the sexist police. I got people back here. And they are writing stuff up, dude. You will not be back on the show. It's cancel culture, baby. Oh no, it's over.
Are you going to report me to the sexist police or to the sexy police?
Oh, buddy, you got reported twice to the sexy police and once for the sexism police.
Is there a map that I show up on now?
You've just been canceled, dude. It's just how it is. This is life now.
Oh, it's life? We can't even go back and edit?
No, here's the thing.
My gosh.
I'm just going to leave it in so you look real bad. No, honestly, it looks innocent. Looks like you should be taking that with your lunchbox and going to school with your shorts. Is that what kids? Okay.
No, you know what? No, I take it back. It is girly. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
I'm committing.
No. Don't commit. I was going to get my lawyer to help you out of this. I have lawyers here.
Yeah, I'm just digging in deeper. No, it's pretty girly, but it is cute. It is a cute console. I think it's fantastic. I'm not hating.
What, girly things have to be cute?
They do. I'm sorry. Yes. Like they have to have bows. They have to.
All right, get her off. Samus herself is coming to escort you from the premises. Samus, get him. But yes, I'm not going to buy it. However, I know people want it. People love that. And first off, I'm not an Animal Crossing fan. I've been fooled once or twice, but I will not be fooled again. So I'm very excited to say no, that I will not. But it does have an audience, and it is not us.
Hey, baby, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Could you just talk to the audience just in a nice, smooth voice? I'll get the sexy people in here. Can we get the sexy people in here? Okay, here we go.
All right, sexy people. I just got some words to say. I didn't mean it. I just doing this for the chuckles, just for the laughs. Please forgive me. Please apologize. I'm apologizing. Those colors, they look real, real nice. And so I take it all back. Anybody can rock that Switch if they wanted to.
Yeah,
it's all up to them. The cool thing is, too, you can pop those colors off and put whatever colors you want on. It looks real nice.
Yeah, like just any color of your choice, gender neutral. It's all good over here. Oh, peace and love. Yours. Gravy chain. All right, main topic. Let's get in the best console. The question, Trev, the main topic, the big question. What is the best, the greatest, the most amazing, superb Nintendo console of all time? We're going to figure that out with some numbers. So here's how it's going to work. For each game, we're going to go right into the top 10. This is according to IGN, so it might not be our top 10, but it's someone's top 10. We're going to go on each list of IGN's top 10 of each of these consoles, NES, Super NES, N64, GameCube, Wii U, Wii, blah, blah, blah. All that stuff. We're going to go through each one, look at the top 10, and if the game is timeless, Trevor, timeless, like a game that you have to play, then it gets a point. If it's not timeless,
point system.
Out. Point system, 1 point for timelessness.
Sweet. Okay,
yes.
I'm in. Oh, man, I am even more excited about this than I was earlier. All right, ladies and gentlemen, buckle in, strap on them seatbelts, 5-point harness. We are digging into this, and we are going to be issuing some points up in here. What if they're all a tie?
Oh, They won't be. I hope
What
not.
if
At
like
least.
everyone gets 10 points?
And the other thing we're going to do, we're going to look at the console itself, and we're going to look at its attributes.
Attributes.
I can't say it, Trev. I can't say
I got
the word for me.
Hey, you say the first part. So you say that part.
Okay.
No. You say this first. No, you say the start of the sentence, and then I'll come in with the attributes. Okay, ready?
Okay. What was the sentence? Can I get a line?
We're going to look at its
We're going to look at its. We're going
attributes.
To. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Let's do it again. We're going to look at its
attributes.
Sorry, I shouldn't say thank you. Yep. That's what we're going to look at.
You're supposed to roll with it, dude.
Sorry. We're going to look at it and we're going to be like, hey, that's timeless. And if it ain't timeless, it ain't getting a point. So we're going to look at the console itself and give it points for its timeless features. So let's get into it. Let's figure out what the number one, the greatest of all time is. Guess what, Trev? Before we start, you know what they all said? All the people on Facebook, all of our fans said? What do you think won?
Oh, no.
Number one.
Oh, no.
On the poll. I'm going to give it to you.
Don't tell me it was Nintendo 64.
It was, dude. It was the Nintendo 64. It was the Nintendo 64. Guys.
I love you guys, but there's some nostalgia effect going on that, man.
Trevor.
That's a rough piece of hardware. Ooh. Dude, I loved it at the time. Don't get me wrong. I loved it at the time. But man, has it not held up?
No, guys, Nintendo 6, this is a nostalgia play. I must say, it is a nostalgia play. This is we're going in timelessness here. The N64 ain't timeless. Now, I love it. There's some great, amazing effing games. We'll get into it, but good job, everyone, for voting. Thank you for voting, by the way. We got a lot of mixes. The Switch was close second. It was interesting. I was amazed, actually. But I'm glad we have N64 fans. That's where I started. That's where I was birthed out of the chasm, which was Nintendo.
Did Miyamoto cut your cord?
He did, yeah. He slapped my bum, and I was like, "Thank you, Dad." It was fun.
And then when he cut the cord, was that when the wireless controller was born?
Oh wow! We'll be here all week, everybody. Thank you. He did it.
Oh, dude, I've been prepping that one for like a week, Devin. I hope it played.
No, it played. Dude, they're laughing right now. I can hear them. Through the headphones myself. All right, Trev. Number 10, according to IGN, the NES, everybody. We're on the NES. Number 1, DuckTales.
Okay, so we're already at 10. Yes.
Yeah.
Point.
This is number.
Ding.
You think so? Timeless?
Oh, yes. And yes, Devin. I've gone back. I've played that game. That music is spectacular.
It's so good.
We got to remember, the gameplay is fantastic. The pogo sticking, just everything was so fun about that game. I still go back to it and enjoy it. The music is some of my favorite little chiptune bleepy bloops. That game deserves a point. I love it.
Give it a point. Let's give it a point. I agree. DuckTales is amazing. I agree with this. So DuckTales getting that tally 10. Okay. Number 9 for them. Bionic Commando. Timeless. No. Yeah, I would say no as well. I'm going to stop saying numbers because I think I'm going to confuse people. I'm just going to say the game title. So Bionic Commando is a no for us. Dragon Warrior, or you might call it Dragon Quest. Dragon Warrior or Dragon Quest.
So this is for us, right? This is not public opinion.
No, yeah, just timeless for us.
Okay, because I love it. I love the idea and what it turned into. I don't like the first one, and I might get hate for that, but I don't think it deserves a point for that. What do you think?
You don't think? Okay, so yeah, because we're going by timelessness. Which means,
do I want to go play it right now?
Yeah,
right?
Should we play it now? Yeah, and I would have to agree, no, because I was going to say, what about all the things it did? Sure, it did a lot of amazing things, but it's about timeless. Sorry, guys.
Okay,
Trav.
Well, all right. This is an interest. Okay, go ahead.
Okay,
move on.
No, well, what do you think? Okay, all right.
Well, I'm starting to think. I'm like, as we move on, we're gonna get closer and closer to the newer stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I do want to play that right now. And so, like, am I gonna be biased about
that's
this?
True, Trev, you're right.
I'm kind of struggling. So, do we need to put into effect, like, hey, this had like such a crazy impact at the time as well? Do we need to consider that?
No, I don't think so, because I feel like there comes a...
No, we're talking about timelessness. We're talking about right now what we want to play.
Yeah, and here's what I want to say also, is that games now, I feel like, are going to still be timeless. Because I feel like once we get past that big old chunk, which is the N64 and maybe the GameCube era, maybe the Wii too, that's when, once we get into that Wii U genre and onward, I feel like this is when things are just... all games are going to be like this from now on, and they're going to look good. So I think the timelessness will hold. I think.
Okay, we'll see. I remember a time when I was playing Turok on the 64, and I was like, it doesn't get any better than this. And we all know how that game is now. But I like this experiment, Devin. I like it. Let's go for it.
Okay, let's stick with it. Okay. Whew. Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Yes.
Oh, yo. Yeah, dude, if you guys have not played Mike Tyson's Punch Out or just Punch Out, it's amazing still, and it's still fun to play. I'm telling you, an NES game is still fun to play. It's great. Go get it, man. It's awesome. Next, Metroid. Timeless.
I don't want to play
Timeless?
Metroid. I want to play Super Metroid.
I agree, sir. I agree with you. I do not think Metroid is timeless.
That's a hard choice. Wow, we're going to get a lot of flack, Devin. We're going to get some flack.
It's good. It's good. No one said it wasn't. I'm just saying I don't want to play it again. I had to play it.
Okay, deal.
Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse. No for this one? No for Castlevania 3?
I don't have an opinion. So since I don't have an opinion, I'm going to say, I guess that's technically a no for me.
I guess I would also have to do the same. The only Dracula 2D that I have an opinion on is the PlayStation 1, Symphony of the Night, and that is amazing. So yes, we have no opinion, so no on that one. Mega Man 2. Trev, opinion?
Yes, 100%. I actually gave it 8 points, just barely. I hope that's okay.
Oh, you gave it 8 points. Okay, yeah, that will be totally fine and fair to the tally.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I just did 1 point. But yes, this game is phenomenal. Holy cow, this is a masterpiece of a video game.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's so hard, but it is fun, and it's still good to play. Super Mario Brothers. Point?
Yes.
I think it definitely still deserves it. Still holds up. Legend of Zelda.
No.
Yeah, I might have to say no on this one as well, sadly.
I think it was really cool at the time. I don't want to play that game. I've tried. I've gone back and I've tried. I can't handle it. And so, like, I think the furthest back that I will go and like today go play a Zelda game will be on the Super Nintendo.
Super Mario Brothers 3 ending out the list for IGN. Guys, this is a must.
100%.
It's a must.
This is like probably one of the most important games and games I would go back to. For this game, I'll be going back to when I'm 90 years old. I can't move. I'm in my like super space age jazzy. Like, I'm still going to be playing this Super Mario Brothers 3, dude. Like that, I can't get enough. Love it.
It is jazzy worthy, I tell you all. It is jazzy worthy. You all should play it. It's amazing. Still holds up today. Way fun to play. Okay, Trev. So we're at 5 points on the NES.
Yes.
So far. Now let's talk about the console. Let's look at it. What do we think of the aesthetic and the whole look of it? Do you think it has held up? When you look at it, do you think art, beautiful, pretty?
I don't think those are the things that I used to describe it, but would I say iconic? Would I say that you see it on things? People have phone cases. People have belt buckles. People have wallpapers on their phone. People get tattoos of this. Like, this is like, it's a very iconic, and I don't know if that should play into this, but like, you recognize it and it brings back these feelings, this memory. You know, when I look back at the Wii U console, I'm not going to have that same fondness. I'm not going to be that excited about it.
That's true.
And I think for me, I say we give it a point for the way it looks, because it's different. It had the little opening thing. You put the cart in there and you push it down. Ooh, that was a different little take, huh?
It was kind of bad though. It broke a little bit because of that. The little sometime want to go down. So not the best choice, but
so we take a point because it was faulty.
The Lord doth taketh and giveth.
Yes.
All I know for sure is as far as the iconicness, yeah, baby, that gets a point. So let's give it for the art, for the look, for the console look, a 1. And one more I think we should give it for, Trev, is that controller, the D-pad.
Yes.
The D-pad. Boom.
Yes.
And here's another thing.
Great D-pad.
B and A button. Now, I bring this up because of Atari did not have the buttons layout as we know it. There was no start. There was no select. There was all that crap. None of that was in the same layout. Should we give button layout part of this? The start and select button is still in the same spot.
Yeah, that's a good point. And modern controllers are still mimicking that to a point. But I would still say I'd put it with the D-pad, like the controller as a whole, as a point.
Okay. So we'll do concert and controller, and there it is. So the total.
Are we going to do accessories? Are we going to be like Rob the Robot and then like the power glove? And
do you want to accessorize? I mean, I love a good accessory.
I think this is Nintendo at its best when they're just like, let's get weird with it. Let's try some new things. Hey, let's make these toys that you can plug in. I think that deserves a point for some like creativity.
Could I offer to you, great sir, a gun of plastic and joy that you may call the Zapper?
My gosh.
May I offer unto you this great gift? And now, if the 3 wise men gave that to Jesus, he would be like, brah, wits place him, and yes, this is amazing. Duck Hunt?
Yeah.
Why? Hold on a sec. Why was Duck Hunt not on the top 10s? That game's amazing.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
timeless.
Yeah.
That's a timeless game.
Also, Devin, part of my whole like persona, I always have a zapper on my hip. No matter where I go. I work in a professional environment. I still keep it on. I paint it black. Whatever.
Listen, it's not a real gun. It's a zapper. I painted it black, and cops have often pulled me over to try to arrest me for holding a gun in a public place. But you gotta live that Nintendo lifestyle if you're really into it.
Yeah.
Come on, people. Yeah. Zap on.
I'm in. I'm saying right now we're locking in at 8 points. So right now, yep, 1 for the zapper, 1 for the controller, 1 for the design. I'm gonna say 8 points. We got 8 points total.
Beauty.
Yes.
Let's get into the SNES, shall we? Let's dive into this little girl or boy, whatever you want to call it. This
Devin, you're doing it now.
Nope. I said whatever, Trev. Do not put your mistakes on me. No, call the sexy police, not the sexism. This guy over here, totally cool. Super Mario RPG, Legend of the Seven Stars. Is it still hold up? Does it still hold up, Trev? I have not played it.
I've gone back through. It is, and it's fun, and it still has that like turn-based, but still it's like it's still involved where you got to do the timing, and it's great, and the story and just the character, everything that is just oozing is point.
Okay.
Point, Devin.
Star Fox, my friend. Star Fox.
No.
Ugh.
That game, maybe 64. We'll talk about that.
The only one
later.
I want to see is 64. This one is a no. No.
Oh, and it played so poorly.
Dude, yes. It was cool that you did 3D. But at what cost, I ask? At what cost? Super Mario Kart, man.
Super Mario Kart, I think is a great game. If I'm going to go play Mario Kart, I'm not playing Super Mario Kart.
This game sucks, guys. Going back to Super Mario Kart, Trev, Dude.
Devin, I'll have you know,
Dude.
I have fond memories as a kid of playing with your dad and my dad playing Super Mario Kart. Yes, and this is like one of my favorite memories.
How is this timeless?
This is one of my favorite memories.
Okay, all right.
Okay, maybe I just want to share a memory right now, Devin. Can you let me have this? This is about your family member.
Speak to me. What is it?
We played Mario Kart together. It was fun.
Well, that was a good memory. Thanks, everyone, for joining us for the Nintendo show. We will be done. Dude, no, this game isn't good.
That's one of the moments I was like, dude, my uncle is so freaking cool. Like, I just like, that was one of the games I remember playing. That and a Madden game on the Super Nintendo with your dad. That I'm like, dude, my uncle is freaking dope. This is a cool dude. And I think that's the moment that I solidified it.
My dad is
Shout
dope.
out to Papa Moon.
Yeah, Papa Moon. My dad is super dope. Big fan of him. Big fan of his choice in video games. But Mario Kart is not a good game. Thank you, everybody. Super Mario Kart is not fun. Super Mario World to Yoshi's Island. To me, as a point. Yes?
Yep. I agree. I think it's charming.
The best Yoshi game, in my opinion. Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Edition. We must. Must we? I think we must.
Yes.
This game is too good to be true. It's so good that people are still playing it, and it had at least 25 different versions of it. Super Mario World. Yep. Count her up, Trev. Put her on there, the old timeless machine. Don't you think?
Cha-ching. Oh, dude, you didn't have to ask that question. Yes, of course. One of the greatest games of all time. Cha-ching. I love this game. Gets a point, dropping it in the bucket.
Yep, put her in. Final Fantasy 6. Final Fantasy 6. Yeah.
100% yes. This game is awesome.
Yep. Good Final Fantasy game. You must.
And I love playing it. I went back a couple years ago and played. I didn't finish it, but I played a bunch of it and I enjoyed it.
Yep. That's all. See, that's all that matters. That's all that matters right now. Yep. Super Metroid. Yeah. See, we have to do this. We must do it. Oh we mocked Metroid before. We will not mock you again, good woman. Forward you go into battle. Chrono Trigger. Mm-hmm. You must play, I believe. Has some great time traveling, some cool story crap going on. Amazing music. Yeah. Chrono Trigger is awesome. Yep.
And it's still really cool.
And last, but definitely not least, Link to the Past. Come on, man. Yes. That game is amazing. Yeah. You all know that.
We're at 8 points.
So already tied up with the NES. So let's talk about the console, man. Let's talk about the console.
Can we say that it looks ugly as freak?
Yeah. Not a fan of the color choice. Like, I know they were trying to be adulty or something. Like, let's get some adult colors in here. But what was the purple and the gray?
Purple is your adult color? I don't know what their choice was for it.
I am looking at an old mattress right now, like just an old mattress, and it has purple on it, and it's the exact same color. Like it's just that pale, boring purple that it's like it's not offensive. No one's gonna be like, "Ooh, toy." Like Nintendo was worried during that time because Atari was so poopy and everyone had issues. They were like, "No, it's not. It's different. It's not video games. It's something else. It's ugly." Like, it's just so boring. It's such a boring thing. In my opinion, I just don't like it.
It was very boring. It was bland. It didn't have any pizzazz. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm looking for some pizzazz, some panache, some oozing of the juicing and saying it's amazing. And I want some cool colors. I want some stuff going on with it. I thought it was so boring. And you know what? If we're talking about timeless, Devin, we're talking about timeless here.
Yeah, let's talk about that timeless.
When you look back, the plastic on most of them on the bottom's all yellow. That's not very timeless. I'll tell you right there. They made some bad choices on their plastic choices. I'm going to say not timeless.
No, not timeless at all. You're not holding up to time itself. Well, let's mention, however, the top loading, a good idea. Top loading was a good idea.
Yes.
Got some dust in there, though. That was a problem. Got a little dust in there.
Yeah, and I got some Legos in there one time. I got a lot of things stuck in there, and I had to tip it upside down and shake it, try to get it out. I remember those moments.
Controller. What's going on the controller? Controller, Trev.
Fantastic. The way that they rounded the corners, and it felt more comfortable in the hand. I remember like the first time I held that thing, I was like, Ooh, I'm like, I really could sink into this and just play for a long time. They added extra buttons. They added shoulder buttons. So now you're not only just using your thumbs, you're able to do more. You're actually able to use them little point dexters and let them do their thing.
So let me think. So Sega Genesis, am I wrong? There was no bumpers on that? Am I crazy?
There was no bumpers on that. I think there was one. Oh, am I going crazy? There might have been one. I got to look up that.
There might have been one. You're right. There might have been one. Because I'm like, are they the creator of the bumper? Do we got bumpers from these boys? And a D-pad?
Bumper boys. That's what they call them. Bumper boys.
They sure do call them the bumper boys.
No, they didn't. But I think that there was like a variation that did.
There must have been. But
I'm not seeing any on the original 3-button Genesis controller.
Dude. So we got the bumper boys and the D-pad boys. This is a great controller. The smoothness, the roundness, I've felt good to hold in the hand. I do prefer the UK version with the colors. I like the colored buttons.
Yes. Oh, the colors look so cool. Yeah, agreed.
But yes, I do love the controller. So 1 point for the controller. Any peripherals, my friend? Would you like some peripherals?
Yeah, I mean, like it had like the super scope and stuff like that. But I don't know if I want to give it a point for super scope or things like that, because you know what? I think that they were, with the original NES, it broke the norm. It was like creative and ingenious. I feel like it deserved a point at that time, but I don't think that we need to continue and be like, oh, they all released peripherals, so they all get a point. I think that it was kind of courageous and different, and I don't know if we necessarily need to give it any major points.
Okay, I agree. I think it doesn't have any of that stand out to me that I'm like, yeah, that's the one. So, dude, that's 9 points for the SNES. 9 points, only a point ahead of the NES. So this feels right to me so far. The point score, like the scoring so far, it feels right to me.
I think we got the perfect formula right here.
We got math down. Get ready, Sir Isaac Newton. We're coming for your job, you dead corpse. All right, Nintendo 64.
I don't want his job. His job is laying in a grave. No, thank you.
I mean, it's pretty chill. It's not. I mean, you don't have to do much. You're just sitting there, doing math in your head. Okay. Okay, I hate this list already for the Nintendo 64. I'm sorry, IGN. This is a bad list. International Super Soccer 98. Sorry, I got it confused with 99 for a second there. The worst one. This is not timeless. What the frick is this?
What is this crap?
Okay. Rayman 2. The Great Escape.
No.
Yeah, I'm going to say not timeless. Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a big
100%
fan.
Yes.
I like the second one more, but sure, this is good. This will work. Banjo-Kazooie.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's timeless. You can play it now and enjoy it. Wave Racer 64. This game rocks. Wave Race 64
this game was so
rocks.
Cool.
This game rocks.
Boy, and I would sit there and just like jet around in like that free mode and just, oh boy, dude. It was so cool.
Water, dude. Water physics. Get her going.
Dude,
yeah,
that
please.
Was really cool. I agree.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. Excite Bike 64. I don't know much about this game, so I'm going to say no.
No.
GoldenEye 007. Now, Trev, this is a hard one. Timeless?
This is a tearjerker because no, definitely not timeless. I've gone back and tried playing this. It is hot trash, dude. It is not fun. It's so bad, and the controls are garbage, and like everything's so like just choppy, angly, and ugly.
Yeah, we might be a little too harsh on that though, because I do enjoy like you pumping people full of lead with the blood spot. There was some charmingness to the blockiness to me, and even going back, it's still charming to me. But I do not feel like the controls hold up, and that's where that's what makes the game So for me, it's a no.
Yeah, I think if it had better controls, I think I would still maybe want to go back to it. Like Doom, I'll go back to Doom and Wolfenstein and all those things, and those they're not a looker, and I still really enjoy those games. This one I can't go back to, so I just can't stand by and allow this thing to get a point, even though some of my favorite memories on the 64 were with this game. But that is not the point of this, Devin. We're talking about, would we go back and play this?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I mean, I would, and then I would feel sad about it. But I did love it at the time. Perfect Dark. Better, in my opinion, than 007.
I'm going to give this to you because I'm struggling remembering.
Oh, dude, I don't know. It's still in the same park where the controls are a little off. And I'm like, if you played it on the Nintendo 64 controls, then it is hard to play. I played it recently on the 360, and it was easier, but I'm like, I just feel bad giving the 64 such a low score.
What if we give it like a point for the two of them combined?
Yeah, let's do. Yeah, there you go. Just to go check it out. I think it's worth checking out. Yeah, I think that works. Let's do a 1 for that. Okay. Super Mario 64. That
Absolutely.
For me is a yes. And Ocarina of Time is next and is so far out there that you should definitely get this.
Wow, it actually got 6 points.
But Trev, can I suggest a few things just to make, like, I know it's against the rules because it's not on the top 10, but it's not even on the top 25. Where the crap is like Star Fox 64?
Yeah, and Smash Brothers.
And Mario Kart 64 is not even on the top 10.
And whatever the Moon Zelda.
Yeah, Majora's Mask. But dude, you could still play it. Like, it's still timeless. Like, I'm not a fan of it, but it's something. Okay, so that's my thing. Do we bring those in or no?
No, because Devin, we are going off of IGN's top lists.
This is on them.
That's the one weird caveat. Yeah, if you guys are upset about it, reach out to IGN. Yeah, this wasn't our fault. We're following very strict rules that have been put into place for years. These rules have not been broken for a millennia. So we're not going to start breaking rules now.
No, we're not. These were brought down from the pillars of heaven, and we will not stop. We will not stop doing the rules of which we have not created at all. Just barely 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, makes sense.
So yeah, 6 points. What should we say about the 64 as far as look goes?
Looks fine. It's bland. It's boring. I wouldn't give it a point for look.
I would say it's kind of curvy, huh? It's like a curvy Super Nintendo.
Yeah, it's got a little curve to it.
Got some hips.
It's got some Shakira-ness to it.
Yeah, those hips don't lie, but they do in this case because no, it does. That's no point for that.
I would say a point for 4 ports. 4 controllers, 4 people playing at a time. We could play Madden and it was great. We could play GoldenEye and have a great experience and not have to link up with other consoles. And this kind of set the precedence at this moment. Like, every console going forward has to have at least 4-player multiplayer. Like that, I think that deserves a point.
Yep, I was gonna say that 4 ports is where it's at. Everyone, 4 ports. 4 ports. Say it over and over again. It's really hard to say. Okay, last controller, Trev.
Controller's garbage. It's stupid. It's got a look, but it's got a joystick.
Are we going to give a point for the joystick?
Yeah, heck yeah. I
think we have to.
Well,
yeah?
I mean, like Atari did it. So, I mean, are we going to...
That's true. But that joystick, it was a big joystick. It was a hand joystick. This was a finger joystick.
I would say on a small little controller, you are using an analog input with the joystick and the direction, which was essential for 3D games. I think we give it a point. I think we give it a point for that.
Is it tied with the NES? Yes. Is there peripherals or anything we can put in there? Oh, Trev, there is one that might give it a tie to the SNES. The Rumble Pack.
Oh, no, you're right. The Rumble Pack. Yeah, the Rumble made a difference, and now that is in every single controller. It is. It's a 9. Wow.
It's a 9, tied with the SNES.
No, Rumble, I remember dude, my controller shakes. This is dope. And it has been in every controller going forward. Like, oh my gosh.
It's a good one. Why? Well, that's
maybe
surprising.
The fans were right.
And you know what? They actually might be right because we didn't allow Star Fox 64 and a couple others that should have been on there. So, this might be on us.
But then also maybe game library as a whole, maybe our formula isn't perfect.
It's IGN. Everyone, IGN is the problem. Again, please go to your local IGN NVC and complain about them and our show being better. Next. Just kidding. It's not. Well, it's close. It's somewhere in there. Hopefully. Okay, Trev, this is the GameCube, my friend. Wave Race Blue Storm. No. Yeah. Sorry. It might be as good as the other one. Might be better, but no. Super Mario Sunshine.
For me, this is a game I didn't play a lot. So honestly, I'm going to leave this to you, Dev.
Dude, I think you could still play it and still like it. So I'm going to say, yeah, might as well.
Boom.
All right, Trev. Prince of Persia is next. Have you played Prince of Persia? How do you feel about Prince of Persia? Sands of Time, specifically.
I feel dead inside. I don't have feelings about it.
Okay, it's a good game. It's a fun game. Again, it's like I said, I feel like these games kind of are still suffering from controller issues and age and stuff. I think it plays fine, but I think it's not timeless to me.
I know some people love this game though.
They do, and it deserves to be loved. I just don't know if it's timeless to me. Yeah, I'm going to say no. To me, I don't know. I think I support it. It just doesn't feel timeless. F-Zero GX. I've never played this F-Zero game, but I hear it is the best F-Zero game.
Really?
And I hear it's amazing. Do we want to give F-Zero some love? Should we give it the timeless
I don't think
factor?
we can, because if we haven't played it, then I mean, this is our list, like
that's
what
true.
we're going to go back to.
All right, that's
we haven't played
true.
it, so I don't think I can say definitively. I think I would be a liar including it and giving it a point.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Pikmin 2. I think it's good. I think it's the best Pikmin. I think it's possibly timeless. It's a good strategy game. You could go back to it. I think you could play it.
I agree.
Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. This game is awesome. It's so good. I don't think it holds up though. It's very dated in the way it played. I played it like 10 years ago or so, and it still felt dated. So I would say no.
Did it? Okay.
It's really good though. Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker. This is a point, sir. Give it to them,
absolutely.
baby.
Yes.
Super Smash Brothers Melee. Yep. Have to give it. This is like the one that no one will stop playing. So there's that.
Yep. Boom.
And Resident Evil 4, dude.
Yes. Point. Boom. And honestly, like the way it was like tank controlling and everything, like they designed it with that controller in mind, because of like, you have the C stick and all that other dumb crap. But like they did a really good job tailoring this game, the anxiety you would get with the tank controls, and fantastic. Yes, I would say I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I totally agree. Amazing games, and and the tank controls really actually work for it, which is nice. You would think, you'd be like, oh, this.
You would think the opposite, but honestly, it gives you this like amount of stress and like anxiety that it just like it pushes it. It just makes it more. It just makes it fun. It makes it great.
Yeah. I mean, it is probably the best. Well, in my opinion, one of the best. Resident Evil 2 Remake might be the best Resident Evil game, but it's really good. So, yes. Metroid Prime ending out the list. For me, this is a definite. This is one of the best Metroid games and still plays mighty fine. Mighty fine. Okay, let's talk about the GameCube, dude. This freaking console, in my opinion, one of my favorite looking Nintendo consoles.
I think it seriously might be the best looking. Oh my gosh, like it's a cube, Devin. It's a cube with a handle on the back. They're like, I don't know, or you might take it with you. Here's a handle. Like it is adorable. And And then the little mini discs that they had, like everything about it was just so freaking charming. And the colors, I felt like they picked really cool, unique colors that felt, I don't know, they just gave it some personality. So I would say absolutely a point for aesthetic.
Yeah, aesthetic's amazing. I think so. We talked about the pale purple before. This purple was deep and beautiful.
Nah, this was like a royal, like, yeah.
It's like, look at me. Look how pretty I am. The controller, man. The controller, in my opinion, one of the best feeling controllers. It's a weird controller, I admit. It's wacky, it's crazy, but I love the feel of it. For my hands, it might be one of the best, snuggest feeling controllers. I love it. I don't know. Well, how do you feel, Trev?
It does feel really good in the hand. And the thing I think was kind of cool, I don't know if it's necessarily great, but I like the trigger, the fact that you would have an analog trigger, so it would recognize pulling back on the trigger, but then it had a digital press. When you pulled it all the way down and you could press it and get another button, so they could really tailor that to the different games and whatnot. I thought that was a really cool idea. And yeah, I think the controller was great. Plus, I think we need to give them some props, part of this controller thing, that they, that Nintendo Wavebird, like their first like true wireless. I remember being like, whoa, this is awesome. Because I was an Xbox boy at this point, and I was so jealous of that wireless controller that I was just like, oh my gosh, like that's what I want.
Yeah, that was amazing. So I was going to say, do we give that a second point? Because it brings wireless controllers.
And wireless controllers, and now everything going forward has been wireless? Heck yeah. Point.
Yeah, I think
I'm going to say
up.
yes.
Okay, so that is the GameCube at,
9.
Oh no, Trev. The tie is happening. The dreaded tie.
We have a 3-way tie between SNES 64 and the Cube. Holy moly.
Man. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens on the Wii. If there's a tie on the Wii, so help me.
All right. You people out there, listen, you amazing, amazing, beautiful people. If you notice something that we missed, if we missed like a blatant, obvious thing that was like, holy cow, I can't believe they didn't talk about it. Dude, share it with us. Send us an email. Send us a message on Facebook. Post it on our wall. So that way we can redeem ourselves because we need your help. So keep that in mind as well.
That would be very helpful, especially because it's when you have a mic in front of you, it's like, me? What? What am I saying? I lost myself. So here we go into the Wii, Trev. The Wii, my friend. The last story. This is a good RPG. That's what I've heard, at least. I've never played it. Have you played it at all?
I have not. And I know that people like it. But I can't give it a point.
Yep, we're not liars. We're not liars, so we can't do it. Tatsunoko vs. Capcom Ultimate All-Stars. I assume this is anime versus Capcom?
Who made this? Who made this list?
IGN. Guys, again, I'm sorry. Trev, these games, who chose these?
I'm going to say no. Sorry. But also it's the Wii, so I don't really care too much.
I mean, it might be timeless, but we never played it. So if it's a Capcom versus something, I'm sure it is timeless because those games are pretty timeless, but whatever. New Super Mario Brothers Wii. You can play it. We're going to have to say no.
Yeah. Do I want to go back and play it? No.
Yeah, there's better Marios out there, so let's not do that one. Twilight Princess. Yes. Also on the GameCube. Hold on a frickin' second. Hold the phone. Why is Twilight Princess not on the GameCube top 10 list?
Yep, because I would have said it was better on the GameCube.
That would have made the GameCube a 10. But okay, good job, IGN.
Hey, again, these rules, we got to follow the IGN list, all right?
Yeah, again, it is what it is. Twilight Princess, go play it. It's fun. Not the best Zelda, not my favorite Zelda. but a good Zelda. Yep. Good dungeons, fun dungeons, long. It's a long game, but it's a good one.
Fungeons, I think is the word you're looking for, Devin. Fungeons.
I believe, Trev, you're saying that wrong. It's Funyins. Funyins.
Oh. Yeah. That's the problem. Whenever I go to the store, I'm like, yes, I would like some Fungeons. And they're like, we don't have that. I'm like, I know you do. And then I get in a fight and I get kicked out. But thank you for correcting me and helping me.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, with your zapper gun.
Yep, with my zapper gun. Man, I am a mess.
That's when the cops come. Donkey Kong Country Returns.
Yes.
I think it's timeless. Yeah, it's a good one. Super Mario Galaxy.
Yes, 100% yes.
Yeah, definitely. Metroid Prime Trilogy, Trev.
Ooh, this is cheating, but yes.
Cheating, but yes. Yeah, definitely cheating, but yes. Super Smash Brothers Brawl. People don't like this one, huh?
No, they don't. But I remember having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, I thought it was fun. You can play it. It's still timeless. Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, they all are, right? Like, honestly, any Smash is a good Smash. Like, yeah, I'm sorry.
All good. Galaxy 2, that's also timeless in my opinion.
Oh my gosh, we're giving way too many points. Okay,
and Skyward Sword, number 1.
Do I want to go back and play it? Yes, I want to go back and see this art style. I want them to remake it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Sure, I'm going to say yes.
Let's make this marriage happen. So how many points we got, Trev? What's that?
7.
7 points?
We're kicking off into a 7. Oh my gosh, and I have some things to say that I think that are going to really screw this thing up.
I think you're right. Okay, let's talk about the controller first. Motion controls. Hey. Yes? No? Maybe so?
Well, all right. I would say there was games, there was moments like Wii Sports that were just so cool. And I remember like playing with like people I would never normally play games with because of those motion controls. It was cool. Like, this is the moment that when my wife and I got married, we went and got a Wii, and she's normally not into video games, but she got really excited and we ended up playing a lot more games when we had the Wii. So I would say yes, because it brought more people to gaming. And I guess there are certain games I don't mind a little motion. What do you think, Dev?
For me, I think it's a necessary evil, the Wii. Everyone hates on motion, everyone has their problems, but it introduced it to all the grannies, people that never would want to play games like it came from this, still do come for this. Nintendo's still using motion controls today, even in weird ways you wouldn't think, especially with freaking toy cons and stuff like that, using that with all the cardboard toy stuff. Labo, Ring Fit Adventure does it in some crazy ways. So they use motion and all these wacky things in new ways. It's crazy cool.
And not even just Nintendo. Smartphones use the accelerometers and stuff like that in games. And for other features, even the DualShock.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, DualShock has it too.
Accelerometers as well.
Yep.
There's so many things that use that. Like, I think that was really cool. And
yeah, like I said, a necessary evil. Yeah, a necessary evil, just because, I know a lot of people, it's negative, but for some people, it's huge positive and something that actually we all, in my opinion, I love using the Switch Pro and using the accelerometer to play Splatoon 2 and stuff. Yes. I feel like it helps with the shooting and first-person shooter games. It makes it a little smoother and easier. I don't know, whatever. That's me. The console itself, what do you think?
I think it's amazing what they were able to pack into such a small, little, weird shaped cube, or not cube, little square, I think it looked real classy, the white, and then where you'd insert the disc would glow blue. It looked cool. And then especially the ones that came out towards the start that had that cool vertical stand, it looked so clean. Like, I think it's probably up there with the GameCube being one of the coolest looking console designs out there. So I would say aesthetics, I would say absolutely a point.
Yeah, it's very slick. A very slick looking console for sure. So point.
I would say also online connectivity.
Yep.
So they really dove into online connectivity, which then I don't know if online connect. I remember using my Wii a lot for Netflix when Netflix streaming started becoming a big thing. Remember you would have the Netflix DVD, the disc?
Yeah.
And you'd actually have to put the disc in before they allowed you just to download the software. Like, that was so cool to be like, I can watch shows on this. This is so rad. And then on top of that, Devin, you let me know if we need to either combine these or allow them to be separate. So are we saying like online in general, you could surf the web, you could watch shows, you could download games, all that stuff, but then also the virtual console. Are we going to package that together, or are we going to, or I feel like they need to be separate.
Oh, really? I feel like they should be, I'm feeling like combined, because to me, the online was fine, but I feel like 360 should get the credit for online, in my opinion. And
I agree.
And I think they did well. I don't think it was horrible, but I feel like
I think the online was crap. I like in general, like multiplayer wise.
Yeah, so it still suffered from the same problems we actually are suffering now. But the virtual console was a total different beast. And for my money, that's where I'd give the point. So I would say virtual console.
I agree. Okay. Point for that. I agree. I was thinking as like in a vacuum for just Nintendo. Like, this is the first Nintendo console to jump into online and stuff like that and have Wi-Fi and all that built in. But I also think we do have to look at the overall picture here too, and think about like even this behind the Xbox and Xbox 360 was behind the times when it came to that. So I think that's a good point, Dev.
Yeah. All right, Trev. So that's
Wait.
11.
Is there anything else? Can you think of anything else? What about the versatility of different types of controllers? So remember they had the Pro controller thing, whatever, the thing that you would plug into the bottom, and you would actually have an actual normal controller. And that I remember feeling really good. Or you could go, they had the remote, or you could plug in the nunchuck. And I remember you could just like totally lazy freaking butt, kick back on the couch and just do your games. Like, so I think maybe like just the variety.
Yeah, and you could do GameCube discs on it, and GameCube controller ports were in
controllers.
There. Yeah.
So, and the backwards compatibility, Devin. Oh, are we going to give it a point for backwards compatibility too? Yeah, I'm going to say backwards compatibility.
Yeah, let's do the whole chunk there. I think the whole versatility, backwards compatibility, all those together in one chunk. 12 points for the Wii?
Oh, 1, 2.
Have we lost our minds? Have we done something wrong? I think IGN has, but 12 points, that's pretty good. All right, Trev. So Wii U, man. Let's get into the Wii U. Let's talk about this console that did not do so hot.
The little console that could is what they always called it.
Such a failure. Like from 101 million to 10. That's a drop. That's like a seriously sad drop.
That's a huge drop. But Devin, I have some thoughts, and I think this is going to get more points than what we think. I think it's going to get some stuff here. And so Let's just see what happens. Let's dig in.
Yeah, let's do it, dude. All right, Pikmin 3, dude. Pikmin 3.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's timeless. It's good.
I know you didn't like the controls. I loved them. I think they're fantastic. It made me laugh. It was cute. Great.
All right. I'll let you have it. Shovel Knight is...
Yes.
Go get it. Go. I mean, I'm sure you all have it, but yeah. Minecraft, dude.
This one's stupid. Why is this even on here? Like, I'm sorry. Like, Minecraft is amazing. Yes. But like, it's just like when Minecraft is your best game, I'm like, I'm sorry, that's on everything and has been for years. I struggle with this one. So do I want to go back to the Wii U version of Minecraft? No. So I'm going to say no point. I'm going to go to the current version of Minecraft.
Yeah. My thing with the Minecraft thing is just like, yeah, it's so generational. Like we are playing it on the Switch and it's the same as the one on the Wii U, which I'm sure is true with all these things, but this thing was not a Wii U game in my opinion. I'm glad that they added the Mario stuff on this one, but it's like, it wasn't like, woo, so cool. So yeah. God, that annoys the crap out of me. What the crap? Okay, whatever. Twilight Princess. Okay, so this is going to be weird, dude. This is going to be weird. Because I want
to... We're getting into remakes now.
Yeah, this is weird. So Twilight Princess HD, which admittedly is a better game than Twilight Princess.
Yes.
So does it get a point? Like, we're in weird, wacky territory now.
So
this
I
is
think,
weird.
Okay, because, all right, we're going to go through a couple things here. Like, we have 7 and 6 are both Zelda games, Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, and they're both the HD remakes. So I would say, like, these are the definitive editions to play. And so maybe I would say, like, 1 point for the 2 of them.
Okay. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Or do we not? Or do we be like, dude, come on.
I feel like I don't want to give it to Twilight Princess. So I guess in the end, it would be the same thing. I don't want to give it to Princess. I want to give it to Wind Waker. I think Princess didn't add enough. Is it more definitive? Yeah, but it's like, yeah, you collect less soul things, which is whatever. That's fine. But Wind Waker, you had the cell, which helped a lot. And there was like a lot of enhancements, I felt. And I think the art style played out way better with the HD look. So for me, either way we go, I guess it's 1 point. So
let's just, okay, but we're going to say that point is for Wind Waker, not for you, Twilight Princess HD.
Super Smash Brothers Wii U. Yeah.
Wow. Ooh, I almost feel like maybe we need to go back and take it off of the Wii. And maybe we say, like, if I'm going to go back and play Smash. No. If I'm going to go back and play Smash, I'm going to play the current Smash.
Yeah.
So whoa.
Should we delete a couple Smashes
first? The Wii, we're going to take it off the Wii.
Yeah. So take it off the Wii.
So that drops the Wii to 11. We removed it from Wii and we're not giving it to Wii U because we would play the current version of Ultimate.
Exactly. Okay.
Still,
so there's that. That feels right. That feels good to me. Super Mario 3D World. Yep.
Yes.
I love that game. It's so good. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mario Kart 8, huh? There he is.
No, because I would go and play the Switch one.
Oh,
if we're going off of that same rule set.
But then we screwed ourselves over.
Uh-huh.
Oh, dude. Uh-huh. Because this is timeless.
I think we done made a boo-boo.
We made a boo-boo again.
It is timeless. We could play that and have fun with that, though, couldn't we?
Yeah, we could.
Oh, dude, we done messed up.
How
about how we do this? The Wii U needs a little love. Let's just give it a point.
Yeah, let's just
okay.
Guys, listen. If the score turns out that it gets weird and the Wii U wins, then we'll change all the scores again.
We're so sorry.
We're sorry. We're having some. Listen, we should have. We had the tablets. We should have just followed the rules. That's what you get. That's what you get when you start making your own rules. Okay. Super Mario Maker. Yep.
Yes.
Still good.
Point.
Still good. And okay. Oh, all right, IGN. We're not going to put Twilight Princess on the GameCube, but we're going to put Breath of the Wild on the Wii U.
Yes.
I'm going to unsubscribe. I am pissed off. IGN? Are you kidding me? There's no Toad treasure tracker. There's no tropical freeze on this freaking thing.
Yeah.
There's no Xenoblade Chronicles X.
There's no Bayonetta
2. Freaking Rayman Legends could have been better than half of these games. What the frick are you doing with me? Okay. Well, that's disappointing.
So I'm gonna say it's on the list.
Yeah, but at what cost?
And we gotta stick to the list. What cost? I would say no. I would say, you know what? This was like a weird backport that they should have just been like, nah.
Yeah. Come on. Are you kidding me?
This is honestly, wow. Things have gotten real complex right now.
6 points.
Okay, 6 points so far.
All right, 6 points. Oh, okay. Wouldn't be my 6 points, but somebody's. Console. Ugly.
Looks like it's ugly. It's long. It's so long. I'm just like, why is this thing so long? Why couldn't they have spaced it out, made it a little wider? It's so weird.
So weird. It's like a weird turd. It's like if you looked at it on the side, it looks like a turd. And it had a weird stand, like rubber stands if you wanted to put it on there, if you were crazy.
And then the controller, I think, looked so like little baby.
Oh my gosh, the controller. It was Fisher Price, dude.
Yes, Fisher Price. That's it. Absolutely. It was not elegant. It felt cheap. Now, it didn't hurt your hands. It actually, I can play it longer than I can even my Switch because it was bigger.
Yeah.
But I think it just looked horrible. Like, people would see this monstrosity on my coffee table and like, what is that thing? And I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm sorry. And there was a month, Devin, I used that as my exclusive TV remote when they had that whole thing. And I'm like, I'm going to try it. I'm going to make this my universal remote. Oh, that was a bad idea.
Oh, it sure was, dude. That was not a good remote.
And the battery life on it was terrible.
Oh, dude, it was way bad. I had to dock that thing at its little charging station all the time. Ugh.
Yes, yeah. And the range, I could only be in that room. The second I would like step into anything that was made a barrier, it would all of a sudden disconnect. My dream was like, I could take this and sit on the toilet and play. And I could not. And that was disappointing. And that's when the joys of the Switch came. But I would say, though, I would give it a point for that wireless like technology of like displaying the game and having the inputs and everything go back and forth without any lag. Like, it genuinely felt good. And there was moments I would be like, when everybody wanted to watch a movie, I could kick back and put that into like handheld kind of mode or whatever and be able to play. And so that was cool. So I would say a point for that technology.
Yeah, I did. So as much hate as we gave it, I do love the controller a little bit because of that feature. But again, it only worked when other people were in the room with you. And then they were like, yeah, I want to watch something. You're like, okay, I can actually play my console here on this cool tablet kind of thing. And it was
just
cozy.
Don't move further than 10 feet. How light it was.
Yeah, just don't go past the 10 feet barrier. Totally cool. Yeah. So I say 1 point for that. I do like the tech. The tech was fun.
Yeah, the tech was cool. Tech was pretty neat. I think that's all I can really give it. Like, it had Virtual Console, but you know what? This wasn't a new thing at this point. And I don't think I can give it much else. I think this is where it maxes out, my friend.
I think you're right. It's going to max out at 7 points. Ooh, right behind the NES. So that sounds fair. That sounds about right. Let's get into the Switch, the granddaddy, the one, the only, the newest, Diablo 3 Eternal Collection.
Yes.
And
honestly, this is my favorite place to play Diablo, and that's probably like an abomination, like a sin to say that. No, but I love playing Diablo with a controller, and I'm sorry, that's my preference. But it was so awesome to be able to take it anywhere and just boot it up and like throw down for a little bit. And it just felt so good and so intimate to like have it like just up next to your face. Fantastic point. Yes.
Yeah, definitely worth it. So good, man. I love the Diablo 3. Okay, Splatoon 2. Why was Splatoon not on the top 10 of the last one? Oh my gosh. Yeah, Splatoon 2 is a yes. Splatoon 2 is a yes. So good. One of my favorite multiplayer games, creative for shooters and stuff. Nothing like it. So really good game. Really fun.
So good. Very family friendly too, which I appreciated for my kids. Something I could play with them. I loved it.
It's nice to have a shooter that you can play with your family and kids and not worry about, people's heads being ripped off and all that stuff. Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
100% yes. Nintendo let someone else take their characters and get crazy with it. And I thought it was so fun. Like, I loved like the strategy, and they did a great job.
Dude, this game is amazing. Yeah. And strategy games don't really go out of style quickly. So I don't see it losing its timelessness in the future either. So yes, beautifulness. Celeste.
Oh, amazing.
Dude, so good.
Amazing.
In my opinion,
yeah, probably one of the best platformers, right?
Yeah, one of my favorite platformers. Yeah, for sure. Story and platforming together is very rare, and this game pulls off both so well that it's really one of my favorites for sure. Dead Cells.
Yes, it is beautiful. For me, this is my favorite. Roguelike game. I've had so much fun, like just battling through this thing, and it was incredibly hard, but so rewarding. And I would say yes, this game is phenomenal.
SteamWorld Dig 2. This game's really good, dude. It's really good. Yeah, I think it's so timeless. Good. It's way better than the first one. I never stopped playing it. I really loved it from beginning to end. It's it's a shorter experience, but totally worth it. I loved it. So yeah, for sure. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
I think because of our opinions of this game selling so crazy, I think we gotta say no point.
I think you're right. I think we gave the point to Wii U, right? Yeah, we sure did. So
you know what? We're moving on. Thank you. I know we're not being consistent, but whatever.
Mario Odyssey, Super Mario Odyssey, timeless. Oh,
yeah. Timeless. I think that New Donk City level where it's kind of like Donkey Kong and like just like there's some moments, man, that like I want to go back and have those moments again. Like, so there were some really good highs in this game, and it's beautiful, and it is fun, and it's creative being able to take over. Like, this was different for a Mario game, like using that hat to inhabit another object.
That's true.
Even an inanimate object. Like, that was very creative. And for Mario, a game that has been like a series that has been around for so long, and be able to like mix it up like that, I thought that was very creative. I thought that was great.
Yeah, dude, I agree. I love this game. I think my only hesitation was that as a platformer, it's not my favorite Mario platforming game. I think it's a very collectathon-y game, which I understand these 3D games are kind of like that. But I feel like N64 even had more, or Mario 64 had even more platforming better a little bit. But as far as controls go, Mario doesn't control any better than he does in this freaking game. And the fact that they did it with several different characters and still made it play that well is pretty amazing. So yeah, you're right, dude. The hat mechanic, all that stuff, seeing the different worlds, it was really creative. I thought it was a great game. So you can play it now, still love it. Yep. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. This is like one.
The pinnacle for me when it comes to Smash. Like, yes, point.
Yeah, this is the guy for me. And Breath of the Wild.
Yes, 100% yes. Oh boy. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 9 points here just in the games on the Switch.
All right. So can it beat the Wii is the question we are hitting here now. This is blowing my mind that the Wii is even anywhere in the 11s, but okay.
Yeah, but you got to admit there's some neat things about the Wii, even though there's things that we hate.
That's true. Okay, Trev, so let's think about it, man.
Devin. Yeah. The moment we saw that initial, like that reveal trailer of the guy playing like Skyrim on the TV, we have that moment, and then, or no, what was it? Or was it the other? Whatever direction it was, where he like slaps those bad boys into it and undocks it, and it instantly goes from the TV to the screen. Magic, dude. Magic happened right there. Like, yep. What I wanted from the Vita to be this thing where like you buy it and you get it in both places and the saves move everywhere, and they struggled to make that this great experience. This is that experience. You aren't doing anything weird with the cloud. It is the same hardware that you're just lifting out. And I remember watching that, Devin, and I was like, there's no way it's that smooth. There's no way. There's got to be something like where you got to undock it, press a bunch of weird buttons, do something. You know, I'm like, there's just no way. And the way that like when we saw it in person, it was magical. And I think that's the only way I could describe it. It really was something so incredible. And that I don't need 2 devices. I can play this on the TV. Boom, take it. I'm off to work with this, and I can play it at lunch. So cool. Yeah, dude, I'm in love. I love it. It's that the switching mechanic of the Switch is outrageously, it's so good that everyone is thinking, oh, maybe we should copy this.
this is what we should do with handhelds in the future. Nintendo has struck on something here that is like iPhone quality of like, ooh, yeah, that's the thing. That's what we all should do is this thing, you know? And I can't give him more props than that. That's amazing. I love the Switch for that, for sure. So
what would you say about like the look, Devin? How would you rate the look?
The look, I think this is the best handheld Nintendo has ever put out. I think it's quality wise, it feels sturdier than most of their other stuff, which feels like toys and plasticky and stuff. I know it's made of plastic, but it seems a little more pristine. So I think for the look, to me,
I think it's a point. Like
it's iconic, and unique. Even like unique, and like the controllers snapping, yeah,
and like the fact that you can swap out colors of them and just like I think that is so cool. Like I was telling you earlier, I got some of them new green Joy-Cons, and like it was so rewarding to pop off my old ones and then slap these on, and honestly it feels like a new console. Like I just switched the colors, but yeah, it just feels so different, like as far as the way it looks. Like I think it's so cool that you can do that, and you can use those as a controller that you slap into a little like the grip, or you could use a Pro controller, or like I think that's awesome.
Yeah, for sure. So there's that, and then I say the Joy-Cons themselves are a really cool idea. The fact that they're both different controllers, the fact that you can make them, you can always have multiplayer, always have co-op.
There was a time I had to take my kids to the doctor's office, and I brought my Switch, and we were waiting forever. And so what I did is I busted out the Switch. We sat it right there on the little like table in front of us, and we popped out the Joy-Cons and we played Pokken Tournament. We played that Pokemon tournament game, and it was so cool. And honestly, it felt like those commercials that, you know, they're on the rooftop having their little party. But it was so cool to be able to do that, and we had this cool, fun experience while we're waiting, bored out of our minds. You know, so I think that's just. Like that alone that's so neat. I would say absolutely a point for definitely. That bad
boy. So we got controllers, we get the handheldness. Is there anything else we can give the sweet Switch? Like the Rumble's fine, like, but no one's really used it. No one's used it well. Like the new Rumble stuff that they do. What are we looking at? The score? What's the points?
All right, so we got 13
for the Switch. Yeah, I think I'm down for ending it there. I can't think of anything else.
I think so. I think I can think of other things. I think the cool thing is there's so much more to come with the Switch, and I'm already so completely satisfied with this console. And honestly, it could be like this was its generation today. It's ending, they say, and like I would look back on this time with the Switch so fondly. But the fact that there's still so much time and so much more to come, and there's still so much more potential. Now, like, yeah, it has its issues. Each one of these consoles had their issues and different things like that. But, you know, I'm excited for the future of this handheld, this console, this weird hybrid, to see what comes. I'm stoked.
It's my favorite console right now, and I think probably definitely one of my favorite consoles of all time. Might be my favorite console of all time right now. We have done it. The best console of all time is the Nintendo Switch. It took a while. It was a walk, but we got there. The Nintendo Switch at number 1. Number 2, a big surprise, an upset maybe. The Wii at 11 points.
So crazy.
Coming in at a 3-way tie. The Nintendo 64, the GameCube, and the Super Nintendo, all with 9 points. That's mostly because IGN had awful lists for all 3 of those, but okay. Number 4, technically. The NES with a total of 8 points. Good job, NES. And last, sadly, the Wii U was 7 points. That is it. That's our list. Tough calls there. You know, it was hard.
Hey, we had to do it on the fly, Devin. You know, when you're a professional like this, when you're a professional, sometimes you just got to make those choices. You got to go through gut, and you just got to move forward, you know, and you got to go with those calls.
Yep. You got to make those hard choices. Got to make those hard choices there.
Got to make those hard choices. Yep.
So that's it, man. Let's end this bad boy. Let's end the Nintendo show. Everyone, thank you for listening to the Nintendo show. We are big fans of all of you. Make sure to check out our website at nintendoshow.com with no the. Join our Facebook group and follow us on Twitter at Nintendo Show Pod. Remember to like and share and rate us. That helps us a lot. And leave us a nice review on iTunes if you would. So we appreciate you very much. Thank you so much for listening to the show. It's been so much fun making it. It always is. And till next time, bye.
Player 2 defeated. Congratulations! This game's winner is